Well, I've realised a couple of really interesting things today. One, the main one, I've made an audio of it, but it's private. The main one is why. You see, being based in an area, I'm actually not frightened, it's the wrong way of speaking, but I feel I need to censor myself. That's horrible. I don't care about this area. It is what it is. Decades ago, I only came to this area for one reason. And she rejected. But, yeah. I didn't live between two classes. I became essentially working class, aged essentially about 12. Totally left my parents' domain. My people were the working class, agrarian, rural workers using old Massey Fergusons or hand tools, old man Ralph. But I kind of off and on thought quite a lot, so I ended up a certain amount of my time, I didn't really work within the elites. It's much better to think of just the top 5%. I worked often for them, just for short spurts of time, and they didn't kind of hire me because I had some kind of accent that they thought meant I went to the same schools as them. No, not at all. No, it's much more, it's totally random. But I just realised something, that the reason the first time I had anything to do with kids, and then when my own kid was clearly not being parented properly, or rather fully, I just entirely took it upon myself to parent her lovingly, totally and fully. But even prior to that, because I didn't belong to either of the classes, there are only really two classes. It's that top 5%, or those who are educated and driving to get into that top 5%, and then the workers, which then became the service industries, even the social workers, they're just the workers really. They haven't got any proper core esteem. I judge neither, but because I wasn't striving to have position in one or other of those classes, because I couldn't, I didn't belong to either of them. I just didn't belong to them, literally. All this fucking nonsense about identity, diversity and all of this. You want to try having no group, none. Oh, I would encounter enough. Yeah, so in fact that's why I've always been drawn to sort of foreignish friends. But the reason I totally and utterly was able to put every bit of myself into parenting my kid, and it didn't require that because she was great. I mean, like, literally only 2% of the whole of 11 years was, no, not even 2%, only 1% was of the time was that any little problem ticking away in her life, her going into the world. But the reason I could give myself fully is because I wasn't striving for position or status in either of the two main class groupings. Isn't that interesting? Because I wonder, lots of people... Oh, and this all only applies to prior to a year ago. Prior to a year ago. 1 year ago, tomorrow, I arrived here. I came here only to link up with somebody to leave. Phil. Prior to a year ago. Yeah, I would spend time with some parents who live. I'm like, why aren't you giving them everything? All of you. Because they're also involved in this business of clambering to retain or climb in their social grouping power and position, be it in the workers or the top 5%. Anyway, over and out. That's it.